Let's jump back into the Golf Life Lesson Vault to get you some great lessons on chipping, bunkers, and putting from top golf teacher Mike Davis from Las Vegas, Nevada.
Chipping is a very, very simple stroke that has been very, very poorly applied by a lot of golfers. On a chip shot, I want the ball by my right foot, tilted my head towards my left foot, and my hands under my chin. This creates a straight line down my left arm in the shaft, and all I do now is just turn my shoulders, and that line stays intact during the whole stroke. It becomes very, very simple to make solid contact with the correct setup. The two major errors I see in chipping are people who are trying to manipulate the club with their hands rather than just letting their body rotation, shoulders just swing their arms around. Manipulation creates inconsistency. The correction is simply to let your shoulder rotation swing your arms, and your arms and club follow. Your hand should do nothing. The other one is I see a lot of guys that get set up so far forward that they just cannot make a solid strike on the ball. They have to manipulate to do that. Either their hands are too far ahead of their chin, which means their arms, if they just turned, are going up, or they have to pick up with their arms and stick it down, or they get set up so far ahead that they're just too steep an angle coming down, and all they can do is kind of trap chunk the ball. The club will never swing through lightly. Hands under your chin, ball by your right foot, lean forward a little, produces a slight descending blow, and that's all you want on a chip shot. Whenever you're practicing around a green, I don't like to hit from one spot to one hole. It doesn't simulate the golf course well enough. What I like to do is from one spot to multiple holes, or you can play to one hole with balls in a different spot around the green, just playing one at a time to the hole. I also like to add a goal component to this drill. If I were playing to one hole from different spots with 5 balls, I might like to have my third closest ball be inside a club length. If I can't do that, I have to do the drill again. I love drills that are goal-oriented and a consequence. If you screw up, you got to do it again. That means you need more practice. Bunker shot is a challenge for players, especially beginners, because they're of the fear factor. They aren't quite understanding how to make the club slide through the sand. You've got a sole. The whole design of the club has a flange on the bottom. The sole's designed to resist digging. So what we want to do is learn how to make the club hit the sand, skid through for 8 to 10 inches, and then come out. The two big issues on missed shots are either having no bounce, no flange to help you. That's too steep with a closed face. It's going to tend to dig. And since it starts digging, then the person tries to scoop and reverse, which creates more problems. One of the best drills for practicing for bunker shots is to go into sand without a ball, draw a line straight away from you, face the line with the line under your chin, and practice hitting the line and then swinging through past it. So you can get 8 to 10 inches of sand past the line. If you can make the club slide through the sand, and you can hit the spot you want to behind the ball, then you can play bunker shots. Controlling the distance in a bunker shot has 3 different factors. You can swing a little harder or a little easier, but not much in a bunker. You got to keep a long, smooth swing. You can hit steeper. If I swing vertical, straight up and down, it's not going anywhere. Or you can add a lot of loft. If the face points straight up in the air, 90 degrees loft, it's not going very far. So it's those combination of those 3, swinging harder or easier, swinging steeper or shallower, more loft or less loft. One of the challenges of this is golfers don't practice without a golf ball in the sand. So the best way to learn how to make a bunker shot is to go practice in a bunker without a golf ball. Just making swings, learning what you have to do with the angle of attack and the wrist action to make the club slide. When you can make the club slide through the sand consistently, bunker shots will become easy. One thing that golfers struggle with that really shouldn't be that complicated is the proper setup for putting. You want to do a couple of things. Get the shaft square with your forearms so that it's all on the same plane. Face the target line so that when you stroke through, the ball is just at or past the lowest point of the arc, and be comfortable. You don't have to set up in any awkward or weird stance. Simply get as comfortable as you can where you feel like you can stay there. And then from that position, Learn to rotate your shoulders around your neck and just let your arms and the club be moved back and forth from one side to the other. Really think about a very symmetrical swing back and forth, and the putter will work on the correct arc for whatever your setup is. You've got 3 steps in every skill area. The first is focusing on correct motion or technique. When you're doing that, you should be focused on what your body's doing. So I like to take golf balls out on the green and hit them across the green with no target. I want my mind focused on me. And I just try to make a stroke back and through, hold the finish, then turn and watch the ball roll. The second phase is developing feel. Now my focus is on what the ball's doing and learning how to control energy. Variable distance drills. Look where I want to go. Take a rehearsal swing, looking where I want to go, feeling the amount of power I need to hit it there, set up, hit. Then vary it the next time, longer or shorter. Finally, aiming at a target with a goal-oriented drill. I like to use balls at different distances from the hole, trying to hit each putt into the safe zone. The distance 1 club length past the hole, where it's sort of a little half circle. And if I can hit balls into the safe zone from about 8 different distances, 10 feet, 15 feet, 20 feet, 25 feet, 30 feet, so on. If I can do that consistently, both uphill, downhill, and level putts, I know my putting is going to be really good.
More golf lessons for your game with top teacher Randy Chang when Golf Life returns.